In inheritance, a class which inherits the structure of another class is called a derived class. In the previous recording, I talked about the base class and derived class with private and public keywords in the classes. Here I will focus on the use of another keyword called protected in the base class to allow access of the data members and function members of the base class in the derived class only. Let me use this code to explain the protected keyword. This is a code that was obtained from the previous recording where I discussed about the base class and derived classes. Here we have the animal base class with the data members name and age, and the function members set to set the name and age into this data members, and print function to display the name and age. And we have a derived class derived from animal, and it has its own data member, and it has its own the function members. And these are the this statement creates a dog object, and you call the set function from this object. You call the set breed function. This is a derived class function, this is base class function, this is a base class function, and this is a derived class function. So I will use this code to discuss more, or discuss about a keyword protected. So many times a situation comes where for example, we have this private member, right? You don't want this public space to be able to access private members of the base class, but you want to allow the derived class to access those members. For example, if I want to, instead of having this set function, I want to have a set function in the derived class itself, something like this. In the derived class, and this set function would receive not only name and age but also breed information, and it will actually do the following. It will set breed to the default state, and also do copying of the breed data, and also put this breed validity testing plus plus and p not equals to null ptr. So we have this thing here, but this will not allow. For example, if I call this set function from the derived class, let me just remove this thing. I don't need this. Maybe I can move this to the private space so that I may be able to call this when I want to set this breed, maybe here. Instead of doing this, I could call set breed and p. So this function is trying to access the age and name, which are private in the base class. These are not accessible. Private members of the base class are not accessible to the derived class. So if I call this set function through this derived class object, like it will run into a problem. Okay, so going to the terminal. So now we have this thing. This age is not accessible. This is a private member. This is not accessible, and even the name is not accessible. These are the base class members. So if you want to allow the derived class to access, then maybe you can either make this protected by putting this keyword this is the way you make all the next declarations as a protected. In this case, should be okay. When I compile, those errors should go away. We didn't have error anymore, right? Let me go back to the code. Or for the sake of data privacy, we don't want this data to be to be accessed directly by even the drive class. In that case, what you can do is you can have some setter and getter function, some setter function as a protector, so that these protected members are only accessible by this drive class but not accessible from this main function. So I can make a set function, set name. This cannot be query function because this is a function which does modify the data, data members, and it should receive the name, and you actually first set to the default state, and if p name not equals to null ptr, then you do copying. So you can also have set as int p as if as equals to 0, if p as is positive, then you set so with this you can call this function. These are protected, so they are accessible. These are from derived. So we can call this set name set as function from the derived class without directly accessing this name and as. So what you can do here is, instead of doing this, we could call set as and pass this ps to it, and we can call set name and pass p name. So this is okay, but in the case of this default case also we could do I think we can skip this because that set name will actually take care of doing this. Now yeah, so now if I do the compilation, it should be okay because these are protected members. They are accessible from the derived class. Let me do the compilation first. Let me show that this set and print, right? So let me do the compilation. My expectation is that I should be able to see the output. So name, as, and breed has been displayed without the problem here. Similarly, for displaying also, instead of calling this print b, I actually can have one single print function, and here I could call the base class version of the if you want to print by directly accessing the base class members, then you can have a getter function for this. For example, constant character get name. This is going to be query function name, and also int get as, right? So if you have this this function, then you can have this drive class. Let me call this print b, and maybe you can have a logic So with this logic, we can we don't need to call this base class function. We should be able to do print all data by just simply invoking this printb function from the derived class. Back to the terminal. I can see it is different. I mean, printed in a different way. So this is important because sometimes the way it is actually printed in the base class function may have a one way of printing, but in the derived class you want to modify or you want to change the way you want to print. In that case, this possibility of allowing the base class to get access to the drive class to get access to base class data using this function is really important. And also, if the dev class is able to access his name and as that is called direct access, but if it is allowed access through this function, this is called indirect access. So protected member again is protected keyword is a keyword which actually declares the functions or the data members to be able to, so that the derived class are able to access them, but the outside the scope which is outside other than the base class and derived class will not be able to access. So this is all I have to talk about this protected keyword. Thank you for watching this video.